Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacklet Educational channel. So in this video we will deal with the questions which came in UGC NET June 2020 examination for the environmental science paper. So these are the questions which were asked from the revision courses, mock test and the quiz contest which were practiced on our YouTube channel including our Telegram and Insta page. So this is not at all to show off or showcase any credibility. So ये show off के लिए नहीं है. This is just to analyze that how far our courses, our revision were helpful for all of you. So I would like to thank all of you, those who have suggested me to make videos and quizzes on different topics. Because of you people only, many students would have benefited in the examination. So all this credit goes to you people. So let's get started. So in the beginning I would like to say that complete analysis and discussion will be there for this year's paper. That will be in the coming videos, but in this video we'll discuss around 30 questions which came from our revision. So to start with, there was a match the following in which the air pollutants have to match with their control technique and equipments. So the air pollutants were particulate matter of 2.5, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen and coarse particulate matter. So here the correct option will be option number 2 because the particulate matter 2.5 are easily controlled with the help of electrostatic precipitator. Similarly, the sulfur dioxide is monitored using the scrubber technique, that is, it is equipped and controlled. Next is oxides of nitrogen, they are controlled with the help of selective catalytic reduction, and the coarse particulate matter which are not fine, they are controlled through cyclone collector. So cyclonic scrubber we have discussed. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is which among the following is a short-lived species in the atmosphere? It is also a frequently asked question and we have discussed the correct option will be the hydroxyl radical. OH radical is the short-lived species in the atmosphere. Moving on to the next question. The next question was from the statistics portion in which there were 4 statements were given and we had to select correct statements. So here also the correct option will be option number A and B were correct. That means the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of a statistics is known as its standard error, which is correct, and the number B statement is the precision of the sample estimate of some population parameter is the reciprocal of the standard error of the sampling distribution. But these two errors are very wrong statement because type 1 error is the error in which the hypothesis testing occur when we reject a true null hypothesis. So it is given here as type 2, but here it is different. The type 2 error is the error when we accept a wrong null hypothesis, but here it should be given in this statement. So these two are interchanged, that's why these are wrong, but option number A and B, they are correct answer. Moving to the next question, the next question was 2 statements were given and we had to find the correct option for both the statements. So here the statement 1 is correct but the statement 2 is false because the hazardous materials such as lead, mercury and hexavalent chromium are present in the e-waste, that are electronic waste, but landfilling these electronic waste is not the best operation from the environmental viewpoint. So here option number 3 will be correct. Moving on to the next question. This question was again repeated by the NTA. The question was which among the following atmospheric constituents have a negative radiative forcing? So here the correct option will be option number 2, B and C only. That means the stratospheric ozone and the sulfate aerosol, these both things compounds are having the negative radiative forcing in the atmosphere. Moving to the next question. The next question was very easy, related to Basel convention, but it was a bit confusing in all these 4 options given. So here the correct option will be option number 4. Yes, Basel convention, which was designated in 1989, was to prevent transboundary movement of hazardous waste between different nations. So that will be option number 4 will be correct option. Moving to the next question, the question was to solve the CFC 113, that is the numerical form was given and we had to find the correct formula. So among these, the correct option will be option number 1, that is CF2Cl CFCl2 will be the correct option if we are going to solve this. So if you want to solve this, you can check the link given in the description how to solve this kind of questions. Moving to the next question. This question was related to the skewness and different skewness type were given, for example Karl Pearson, Bowley coefficient, and the correct option among these will be option number 4. Yes, A, B and D all are correct, because first of all we should know what is incorrect, that is C is incorrect. It is incorrect because the Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness does not always lies between -1 to +1, so that will be incorrect. But these three statements, that is, for a positively skewed distribution the value of mean is always greatest among the mean, median and mode, and for a negatively skewed distribution the median is greater than the mean. Similarly, the final statement that Bowley's coefficient of skewness always lies between -1 to +1 will be the correct option. So option number 4 will be the correct option. Moving to the next question. The next question was related to the Brundtland Commission report, and it was asking the title of that report. So it was very easy, but many students have done wrong here also. But you should know that these are very common questions, and here the correct option will be option number 2, that is Our Common Future. That was the report for Brundtland Commission. Next question was very easy, that was the validity period for maximum clearance of mining projects. So here I have repeatedly solved and we have discussed many times. The correct option will be option number 1, 30 years is the validity as per the previous EIA draft, and now it is 50 years as per the new EIA draft 2020. Moving to the next question. The next question was relative contribution of the greenhouse gases to the global warming. So we had to arrange them in the decreasing order, and here the correct option, which will be among the 4 in the correct option, will be 2 will be the correct option. So here 2 means, that means you have to see first will be carbon dioxide, that is it is asking the decreasing order how much they are contributing to the greenhouse gas. So carbon dioxide is the maximum contributor to the global warming. Next it will be B, that is methane, followed by the nitrous oxide, and finally it will be CFC12, which is contributing to the global warming to the least among all these 4 gases. You should note it down. This will be also important for the further examinations. Moving on to the next question. The next questions were related to important environmental days along with the date in which we are celebrating. So here the correct option will be option number 3, because the World Ozone Day is celebrated on 16th of September, so it was in front of that only. World Habitat Day is celebrated on 5th October, World Forest Day is celebrated on 21st March, and World Water Day is celebrated on 22nd of March. So this was the correct matching, that is option number 3 will be the correct option. Moving to the next question. This question was related to the important struggles for the environment related action, and here we had to arrange them in the chronological order, that is correct chronological order. So here the correct option will be option number B, because the first among these 4 will be the Chipko movement, followed by the Silent Valley struggle, then third number will be Epico movement, and fourth will be Narmada Bachao movement. So here if you are numbering, it will be Chipko movement in the first one, Silent Valley second, Epico third, and Narmada Bachao Andolan, that is on 4th number. Moving on to the next question. The next question was related to soil humic acid. Yes, humic acid which are present in the soil, we had to find their solubility, and here the correct option will be option number 2, that is they are insoluble in acid. So they are soluble in alkali but insoluble in acid. Next question was related to the EIA, that is which developmental project does not require EIA report. So in these 4 options, coincidentally one question was given in the Telegram group, and the same option was given, that category B1 and B2, to confuse you all. But here the correct option will be option number 2. Category B2 projects are only exempted from the EIA report. Moving on to the next question. The next question was we had to correctly identify the next gas, that is the next gas in abundance of the volcanic eruption will be what? So it is asking that besides steam, what is the second number of the gas emitted by the volcanic eruption. So here the correct option will be carbon dioxide is the important gas that is released apart from the steam, which will be first number when you are considering any compound. Moving to the next question, it was related to the Environmental Relief Fund. So many questions from the EIA. So this question was asking the Environmental Relief Fund was created under which of the following acts in India. So here the correct option will be option number 3, under the Public Liability Insurance Act, which was enacted in 1991, Environmental Relief Fund was created in our country. Let's move to the next slide. The next question was from the match the following kind of, and it was asking to match the correct elements type with their characteristic features. So here the correct option will be option number 4. Yes, because the lithophile are the elements which occur mainly in oxygen compounds. Similarly, the chalcophile are the occurring substance mainly as sulfides. Similarly, the siderophile are occurring mainly as native elements, and the atmophile are the gaseous elements do not generally forming compounds. So gaseous elements found in the atmosphere are called as atmophile. Moving to the next slide. Here it was asking that the most toxic form of mercury. So बहुत बार discuss हुआ है. So the most toxic form will be methyl mercury, and methyl will be CH3 Hg+. That means option number 2 will be the correct option. Similarly, the next question was, which of the following are the dominant products of anaerobic digestion in a municipal solid waste? So municipal solid waste, if we are doing the anaerobic digestion by the microorganisms, then the dominant products are number 2, methane and carbon dioxide. Let's move on to the next question. The next question was, two statements were given on the geological purpose, and we had to identify the correct statements. So here the correct option will be option number 1. That means both the statements are correct. So let's see what are the statements. Cyclonic wind flow in the northern hemisphere in the counter clockwise. So cyclonic wind जो है northern hemisphere में anti clockwise उसका direction होता है, and you should remember gyre are also kind of wind which are having the opposite direction to the cyclonic wind. So gyre जो है GYRE, they move in the clockwise in northern hemisphere, whereas cyclonic wind move anti-clockwise. Similarly, it will be opposite in southern hemisphere. The next statement is, if you stand with your back to the wind to the northern hemisphere, low pressure will be able to your left and high pressure will be to your right. So that is also correct. So if we stand with our back to the wind in the northern hemisphere, low pressure will be towards our left and high pressure will be towards our right hand side. Moving into the next question. The next question again, a match the following. So here the match the following was from the statistics section, and here we have to match with the correct application. So one thing you should remember, where we are seeing chi-square test, you should directly go and match with the goodness of fit. So testing the goodness of fit between theory and the experiment is the main purpose for the chi-square test. Similarly, it will be the option number 3 will be correct, because here only the chi-square test is matching with the goodness of fit. So here similarly we will match one by one. One way ANOVA will match with the comparing more than 2 sample means, that is the full form of ANOVA, analysis of variance. Next is pair t-test, which will match with option 1, that is testing the significance of difference of means. Similarly, z-test is conducted to test the significance of a single mean. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is related to the solubility of gases in water. So here 4 statements were given related to the solubility of gas in water, and we had to identify the correct statements. So among the 4, the 2 which were correct were A and D. So we will know what are A and D. So it is stating that the concentration of a dissolved gas in water is proportional to its partial pressure in the air. So that is the correct thing. Next, D is, that is the solubility of gas in water is governed by the Henry's law. That is absolutely correct. But these 2 statements are wrong, because first we will see the solubility of gas in water remains unaffected as other dissolved material in it increases. So it is not true, because it remains affected. It is affected when the other dissolved material solubility increases. Similarly, the solubility of gas decreases as the temperature increases, not it will increase. So let's move on to the next question. The next question was from the statistics one, in which the question was given that there was an objective type of examination, 100 questions were given and 1 mark for the correct, and 0.2 marks were deducted for the each incorrect answer. So in this case, the number of marks the students will be getting will be of what example? So here the correct option will be option number 3. It will be a discrete variable. It will be not continuous, because someone will get 0.2, someone will get 0.8, someone will get 30.8. So like that, the distance between the numbers will be not continuous, that will be in discrete number. Similarly, there was a question from the NAAQS, most important for the environmental science exam. So it was asking the annual limits for particulate matter 10 and particulate matter 2.5 in ecologically sensitive areas. So here the correct option will be option number 2. The annual limit for particulate matter 10 is 60 microgram per meter cube in ecologically sensitive area, whereas it is 40 microgram per meter cube for the particulate matter 2.5 in the ecologically sensitive areas. So it is very important. Let's move to the next slide. Here there was another match the following related to ecology and ecosystem. It was very easy one, and here the correct option will be option number 4, because A means the earthworms are the detritivore which are present in the soil. Next, the grass. So grass is what thing? Grass is the producer which produces the food for the other trophic level organism. Next, coming into the C part, that is frogs. So frogs are the primary carnivore. Next, hawks are the secondary carnivore which are feeding on the primary carnivore. So they are feeding on primary carnivore, that's why they are secondary carnivore. So these were around 30 questions which came from our revision, and I hope you have done well. So if you want to join our channel, you can join the Telegram group, also the Insta page, for more preparation for the next coming examination. I hope you will do better in the next exam even if you haven't done this time. So let's hope for the positive results. And if you like this, don't forget to give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel to get further updates.